There's always snow somewhere. There's always snow somewhere.
Here we are, Mecca for freeriders. I'm in Chamonix. You gotta dress like this to have a cup of coffee in Chamonix, or people might not think you belong. I got my ice axe, I got my glacier harness, got my rucksack, got some carabiners hanging from me. I'm ready. But along with the extreme skiers that spend time in Chamonix, there are a lot of posers. The greatest place in the world to ski powder and ski off-piste, Chamonix, maybe around the time I first came here in 1970. But nowadays, there's too many ski bums. They're from Sweden, they're from Finland, they're from America, from Canada, from France, they're from all over the place. And the powder gets tracked out too soon, even in a big place like this. But luckily, in the Alps, there are a lot of little pearls yet to be discovered. When a Chamonix gets overcrowded, a La Grabe or a Saint-Foy pops up. And when they get discovered, there's another one, another little resort just around the corner for free riders. And I'm going to show you one of those pearls. Since the advent of snowboards and freeride skis, people have been pushing the limits every year of what can be done on snow. Extreme skiing has become a part of the ski vernacular, with its own competitions and heroes. And this, of course, has come with a price. Many more deaths and serious injuries than ever before. A short distance away from here, Nico Falke has found his own little extreme playground in Les Marécottes, and practices his brand of extreme skiing. I'm standing on a knife-edged ridge high in the Swiss Alps in Les Marécottes. I'm with Nikolai Falke and his crew, who are making a film on night skiing. And shortly, a young 16-year-old freerider named Jeremy is going to come down under floodlights. Jeremy. There's an incredible amount of work that goes into just getting a few seconds of film. These guys have been working for a couple days, dragging this 70-kilo generator around, and today placing lights and so on, and then guy skis, it's 2 turns, boom, he hikes up, that takes 45 minutes or something, he skis again, 2 turns, finished, go home.
It's not so easy. I'm a bit tired, I think so. Cool.
So you have a lot of cool ideas.
I try. For sure, for me, a ski movie is it's really boring. Today I saw thousands of different ski movies since 15 years now. So I don't want to do the same. I want to do something different, maybe more personal. And at the same time, I love to film. I really love to film something different as just skiing. Maybe today, I can't say today, skiing is the opportunity for me to make movies. I don't really want to make a ski movie. I just want to make something like a movie.
I can't believe you're skiing this by day want to ski that by
It's
night.
not. It's not harder.
Well,
it's not harder.
Okay, it's not harder.
Because we know that's the advantage we have here in Les Marécottes to film by night. We know every kind of little face perfectly. We could imagine to jump really big things by night. Would be not a problem. The only problem is the rescue. To have if you have any, I don't know, we just broke legs or small things. We can't. It could be a problem to have a melee or something like that.
One finds an interesting contrast in Les Marécottes, where the worlds of new school extreme skiing and old world conservative Swiss mountain and farming traditions meet face to face. Oh, great. 10 meters from the hotel, we've got about 7 or 8 cows living in here, and the smell of cow dung mixes with the fresh air. I love that smell. It's the smell of the country. It's the smell of being in the open air and in these small villages. The Swiss are very conservative, and here in these villages in the mountains, the old habits and traditions live on.
Und diese Armin heißt er, ist auch ürig und hat ürige Sachen.
Und diese Schuhe haben ein doppeltes Verschlusssystem. Geschlossen, locker geschlossen. Nein,
Gegenteil.
eng geschlossen, locker geschlossen. Also ich kann verschieden einstellen.
You know what these odd constructions are? They keep the mice and rats from getting into the food stores in these old storage buildings. You see them all around the Valais province. Quite ingenious. Just a few kilometers down the valley from Les Marécottes is the village of Salvan. Okay, honey. That's fine. I'll call you again tomorrow evening. Bye. Nowadays, we take these things completely for granted. We think of the mobile phone as something that was invented 15, 20 years ago, and that's it. And in a way, that's true. But the technology and all that went behind mobile phones goes back to 1895, to this very rock here in Salvan. It was here that Guglielmo Marconi did the first experiments with wireless technology. This one shows where his helpers stood in the town of Les Marécottes for the transmission. This is 1.5 kilometers away. This was like the longest one. And if the transmission was successful, then he would wave a red flag. And if it was unsuccessful, he'd wave a white flag. And that's how Marconi knew. Pretty primitive, pretty simple, but it did the trick. Quite a few years after that, in 1909, Marconi won the Nobel Prize for Physics for that very invention or experimentation successfully in wireless transmission. This little town of Salvan has a Marconi museum and all kinds of Marconi landmarks, but maybe the nicest one is this very rock where it all started. So all my friends in Finland who have their money invested in Nokia stock and so on, you can be thankful. Maybe you should make a pilgrimage here to Salvan whenever the stock goes up. Here in little Les Marécottes, I meet these two guys, Skippe, a semi-pro, ski bum in Chamonix for 18, 17 years. And here we've got a former telemark champion of Finland, Jani. That's an amazing thing. Skippy's had 8 knee operations and a broken back, and his doctor said he'd never walk again, you know, but he still does extreme skiing. But walking is a problem. When he gets up in the morning, sometimes he has to literally crawl to the bathroom to pee, and only about an hour later he can start walking and do some stretching. And then a couple hours after that, he's on the slopes, you know, doing cliff jumps and crazy stuff. So talk about a man with sisu. That's the guy.
That's why we call him the Iron Man.
I hope you'll still be the Iron Man when you're my age. There's always been man challenging nature, trying to climb the highest peaks and ski down where nobody has skied before. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The thing that bothers me is that, you know, when you have like these, let's say these extreme competitions, now money, commercialism gets into it.
You'll agree my skiing story will make you sob a little. 'Cause it seems every time I come down a hill, I run up a sizable doctor's bill. I've spent less time on the slopes than in the hospital. Well, the social part of skiing sounded like a ball, just drinking and autographing casts and all, and staring at them girls in them skin-tight stretchy pants. But I should have left the snow part of skiing alone, but how was I to know?
After about 73 portions of this raclette, it's a little slow going down.
I'd had so many injuries of every sort that I was ready for some less dangerous sport, where my anatomy would not be quite so frequently altered. Bullfighting sounds like a nice quiet game. Or maybe parachute jumping is sufficiently tame. Or riding wild horses might be a little bit merrier. But whatever it is, it's bound to please, long as it don't have to be done on skis, and there's no lift towers in the immediate area.
They say the world is small. The ski world is even smaller. And here I meet a guy, Dominique, who's a local farmer, ski instructor, postal worker, and we've been skiing in the same little spot in Bolivia, the only ski resort in Bolivia, Chacaltaya, not at the same time. But that's kind of cool. What year were you in Chacaltaya?
Yes, I was in Chacaltaya in 1987.
I was there 85.
That's nearly close.
We almost met.
Yes, yeah, nearly. Yeah. See, that's another view of Les Marécottes. Huh?
Yeah.
Normally, when we ski down, we don't need see down there. See, another view. Unfortunately, we can't go down there because of the big bump. We cross there, until through the trees there, to join the slope down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like a nice line. Of the fighting cows. This is one of the regions of Switzerland where they have large festivals in the summer. As many as 200,000 people might come to a festival to watch these cows fight with each other. Dominic, are you in there? Hey.
How are you, Jim?
Fine. So we're gonna milk some cows?
Yes, if you want.
Well, I don't know.
You're not afraid.
Well, because these are fighting cows. If I do something wrong, are they gonna?
So you have to be careful and gentle with them. You know that.
I understand. I have a gentle touch with women's breasts, but
so it's good.
I don't know about cows. You're kind of you're warming them up there.
Yes, it's like warming up when you're skiing.
No, well, it's back to warming up the woman. You seem to have a way with her. I think you're in the right business. How long does it take you to fill this bucket?
To make one cow,
Yeah.
just one. To make one cow is just between 10 and 15 minutes.
And me, it's going to take between 10 and 15 hours.
Just and you press more with your two last fingers here than with those one at the end. Yeah, try to do it with more rhythms. Now we hear the noise.
There we go. You hear that splash? So this is the vat that they pour the milk in, make the cheese in here, put the finished product in these forms, and then it goes in for aging. Quite simple, or it sounds quite simple. So this is where they bring the cheese to age. It takes about 4 months for the milk that I milked from the cow to come to the restaurant where I can eat the finished raclette. One thing's for sure, if you come to Switzerland for a ski vacation, you really have to like cheese. Yesterday was raclette, today is cheese fondue. We get cheese every morning for breakfast, get cheese sandwiches for lunch. That's okay, I like cheese. You know, I might advise you, you don't have to eat all the cheese that's put on your plate. We're at the top of the lift system now in Marécottes, but we're not at the top of where we want to go. We have a hike of 450 vertical meters up this rather steep couloir of sorts, and then a run down the backside.
Easier to show the good example. I don't want to say that we will be able to educate the people, because this is not my job. I'm a friskier. I'm here to make people dream, but I can show that I'm wearing a helmet, I'm wearing my back protection, and that's cool to wearing a helmet and a back protection. And for sure, I have the power. My job somewhere is it's also that we have this power to show what we have to do and to show what we don't have to do. And sometime in my film, I show the avalanche we have, because this is a really bad thing. And even if I'm a professional, sometimes I have this kind of problem, and I show that.
There's many that, and you were telling me that you bury friends, and I mean, what about that? Do you never think that everything is getting too extreme? Somebody always has to outdo the guy before, is going to ski a little steeper and going to jump a bigger cliff, and where does it all end?
The other bad thing is when it's too high. Sometimes some people now are jumping really big cliff. For sure, the public imagine that it's totally crazy. That's crazy. That's totally stupid. For sure, cliff, 70 meters cliff. I don't really understand this option. The biggest problem with this kind of thing is finally 30 meters. It's a small cliff, and people will imagine that you can jump 30 meters like that because people are jumping 70 meters. This is the bad, for me, the bad things of that kind of action.
Whoa!
So here we are, the international sauna testing team. We've got two gentlemen here from Finland, myself from America, and we've got this guy here from Canada. He actually has never been in a sauna, but he's been appointed as a special member of the international sauna testing team. For me, it's very hot. It's 87 degrees.
Oli siinä turkkilaisen saamassa tunnelma. Tähtilamput katossa ja kiukaan tilalla joku kuparainen temppeli ja suitsukkeet tuoksu, mutta sanotaan sillä, että kyllä mä menen tänne oikeaan saunaan.
We need the sauna here to be a little bit higher. It's a little too low, the ceiling. And that makes, of course, for the fact that it's too hot right here at my brain level.
Woo! A cold tub. You can see my nipples getting erect because this is a cold tub.
This is my kind of accommodation, ski in and ski out.